Hello everyone, I hope you all are enjoying all the videos that I'm putting on YouTube. Thank you for subscribing, and I will continue to provide cases and presentations along with videos that will be helpful for you in your CEREC journey. So what I want to do today is share this case for a patient that came in recently with a fractured porcelain on a long span bridge, and she's not my patient. She went to her regular dentist who had placed the original bridge, I believe, less than a year ago, and she wasn't given any other options other than replacing the bridge. There were no repair options considered, and this patient was referred to me by one of her neighbors who also happens to be a patient of mine. So I find these kind of cases challenging, but also they're interesting because I always like to see if I can use CEREC and repair something like this. So my thought process was I'm just gonna kind of smooth out some of these crack lines or the fracture lines and maybe place a slight bevel on the buccal surface. So we've got 4 arches, 4 different scans here. The first thing is your biocopy upper. This was her. This is exactly how she presented originally, so you can see that sharp fracture of the porcelain on the incisal surface as well as the lingual surface. I went ahead and smoothened out that sharp edge and gave it a slight bevel, which shows on the buccal right here. I didn't touch the lingual much. Here is my buccal bite and my lower jaw scan. Okay. So moving on, this is how things present when you get to the model phase. Now all you have to do is draw your margins in a manner that will give you a great proposal with decent embrasures, and if the embrasures are not to your liking, you can always use tools to define and edit your embrasures. So I'll start marginating, and it's fairly simple for the most part. The software should pick up on where the margins are. Now, because this is not tooth structure, you can place your margins wherever you want. Ideally, you just want to place them where the cracks are. Okay, so that's where I want to place my margins, and the reason why I'm not carrying it forward all the way to the incisal edges of the neighboring teeth is because then I will have a lot of proposal in that area, and I'll get bulky embrasures, so it'll be a little more technically difficult for me to fine-tune my embrasures. So I like where I am right now. And that's pretty much what my margination is going to be. You can kind of see where all the porcelain has fractured off. That's pretty much what you want to marginate. And once you go to your design phase, the design is pretty much done. There's not much you need to do here. Yep, you can kind of fix your embrasures a little more. You can lengthen your embrasures. You can lengthen the incisal edge if you'd like. And here I'm using the 4-direction circular tool to move the incisal edge a little more distal. I'll go back to my 2-direction to take care of any minimal thickness issues. I'm not too concerned about the occlusion right there. I can just go ahead and smooth things out. And if I have any high spots, I can also manage them post-cementation. I can adjust my bite post-cementation if there was ever an issue. So I'm not going to be too concerned about it right now. Now let's see if I can fix that mesial embrasure a little bit. Again, remember, not everything has to be done in the design phase. I mean, this is going to be milled with TetraCAD. You could use CEREC here, and these are composite blocks that can easily be modified post cementation. You know, they can easily be polished, they can be changed. And now all I want to do is see if it kind of matches the incisal embrasure of the neighboring teeth, and things look pretty good. I could close that mesial embrasure a little bit more here. So let's go to tools. I'll go to my circular 4-direction tool, and I'm gonna try and move that mesial embrasure a little bit more mesial. Okay. Now I can leave it slightly taller if the need be. I can go ahead and shorten it, but you know, there is no harm in leaving it slightly taller and then adjusting it in the mouth again if there is ever a need for you to do so. So this is pretty much what my design looks like, and you go to the manufacture phase where you're going to leave your sprue on the lingual surface here. I'm gonna mill that with a Tetric Cat size 12 block, and then once it's milled, I'm gonna bond it, and you can use any bonding system of your choice. I used NX3 and XTR here. The challenging part is gonna be to etch the existing porcelain in the mouth. I did use hydrofluoric acid. You have to be extremely careful. I put a lot of Teflon around the teeth underneath the bridge on the tissue just to ensure that none of the hydrofluoric acid goes ahead and touches the mucosa and burns the patient. So use Teflon, use rubber dam, do whatever it takes to make sure the patient is safe. But this was my best effort to try and salvage this 6-unit bridge for the patient, which would have been extremely expensive if the patient had to replace it again. And as you can see in these final pictures here, the patient was extremely happy with the final result, and she wanted to later on go ahead and book for a full exam, and she wanted to become a patient at our practice. Just goes to show the experience that she had because of what CEREC could do for her, and you know, she was super grateful about this. If any of you would like to get the design files for this particular patient, go ahead and hit the link in the comment section in the pinned comments, and I will include a link for this design. So if you guys want to download this design file and practice and see how something like this would work if you had a patient in your chair, you can go ahead and take a chance and just practice. Okay. Anyways, if you have any questions, comments, go ahead and post them in the comment section. I'd like to answer them for you. And like I always say, keep CAD-camming.